So our tree has finally arrived. It arrived 1 week early yesterday. It's sitting in our super tiny little garage where we keep our bikes.
You think we can lift it, Malachi?
Let's try.
That's why we have friends coming to help. It's tall and it's heavy.
But we're super excited that it's here.
Super duper excited. As you know, we've had the trampoline here for a long time, but our son outgrew it. So the trampoline has gone away. Because it was a week early, we had to rush a bit this morning to remove the perennials that we had sitting here. We also spent some of the morning removing the dirt and digging the actual hole.
Oh, next.
And then most importantly, it was too heavy to bring in by ourselves. So we had some good friends of ours come over and help us pick this big guy up and bring it back here to the back. What happened was they dropped it off on the street, which is in front of our house, but then we have steps in the garage and the delivery people, they couldn't get it up the stairs, so we had to manually lift it with some friends.
We don't have a back entrance to the garden, so it is only one way to the...
Yeah, we're blocked in on all sides, and then there's neighbors' gardens, so obviously we had to lift it. But 300 kilo tree, we got it in, and we got it in the hole. So now what we have to do, we need to actually put it in the hole, and then we have to put these posts, these stabilizer posts up, attach the water bag and get it set in all before we lose the sunlight.
And it was here, we had a lot of sun today.
Yeah.
We were even in a t-shirt earlier.
If you had only been here earlier. But anyway, so let's get that done and let's see what happens.
Yeah. Okay, if you hold here, so we can send it a bit. You got it?
Got it.
I need the shovel way up here.
So he needs the shovel way up there.
Sorry, I wasn't prepared. Okay.
It's not as heavy when I just have to push on it.
Okay, you ready? I'm just
What's
gonna.
happening?
I'm just gonna push it a bit to you.
Oh, okay.
And then, okay, try to lean it up again. And see, just need to make it kind of. That looks fine there, right?
That looks great.
Okay.
I liked it where it was.
Okay. You hold it there.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, I take the hammer, and then we kind of, because we don't have so much really hard wind here, because it's really sheltered. But these, we have 3 posts, and they will go 1/3 of the height of the tree to really give it support. And it's important to do it on the. I just had my phone out to know where south and north is. So that's where you put the supporting post, because the most common wind comes from the west.
Okay.
So we'll add 3 ones and then add some string on top.
Got it. So we're adding the supports at north.
South and north. Wow, so confusing, right? And then later on, leave the string on here, because if you start opening, you might hit the branches with this hammer. So.
Or me in the face.
Right, yeah. So you just keep there.
So we got the north post in, the north pole.
Oh, wow. Trying to be
Little
funny.
dad joke there.
Okay.
So now we got the south pole going in.
Yeah. And we have a 3rd one.
Apparently I'm
after.
the 3rd one.
Yeah. Is it straight?
The tree?
No, I mean the post.
Okay, the north one, no.
No.
The people at home can see it.
But can you look at this one?
Yeah.
Oh, so I'll put the other one then.
Okay, it's time to take off these ropes, these vines that have held this tree in.
Because later we can't get a ladder and open it up.
It's 4.8 meters, almost 5 meters tall. So we need to cut them off now while we can still lean the tree.
Yeah.
Before the storm comes in. What's up, Denmark?
Right?
You were sunny, and now you're not. Right. You're doing great, Lars.
Thanks.
Look at all the cherry blossoms falling all around you. While Lars is doing all the work, I'll show the pretty flowers.
Look at that.
You got it, Lars? I was helping.
And it has a really nice form. I think we forgot to mention it's not going to be a big crown, because we have a very small garden. So we chose cherry tree. In Danish, it's like søjleformed. So it has a very slim body. So you can look through still in the garden. Look at that.
And we're going to wait to cut that last one until we get this hole filled in. case you've ever wondered, yes, I am the one that holds the trees while Lars does the work. Someone actually commented that one time. They said, oh, it looks like just one of you does all the work. And now there's proof that we both do the work.
No, we're a great team.
Although one of us just holds the tree up. But somebody's got to do it. So hey.
But isn't it typical? It rains now. It's been sunny all day.
And it's cold. I need a hat on. Okay, so we got it planted in.
Tropical storm.
It's like we work in Thailand.
Right.
And but so the rain came. So as far as we got today, it's planted in.
Expanding.
The posts are in. Now we need to
Get the strings and
put the connector and then wrap the band around it, and that's going to keep it really straight as the tree grows.
yeah.
But
So we do a little break for today. We can't really do more.
the good thing is we don't have to water it today.
You're so positive. Great. But it's there.
Yeah. So let me show you what it looks like. So the tree is in, and there, who is that in the glass house?
Malatsi's waving in the glass house. Oh,
He went and hit it in the rain in there. So yeah. So tomorrow a little bit more to do, and then it will be looking good.
and we hope sunshine tomorrow so we can finish.
Surely so. Surely
But
so.
the tree's pretty.
So it's day 2 of us versus tree. We have all of us out here. The rain has stopped. Now it's time to put on these support bars. That'll help keep these posts nice and straight. Then we have a band to tie the tree to keep the tree nice and straight. So let's get busy.
Den skal du have vandret deroppe i. Så hvis jeg kommer om på den anden side, kan vi bytte plads. So we have gotten one up now here, and we make sure it's like for stabilization here. It's not too tight and not too loose, and then imagine the wind can still move the tree, and it will kind of follow the wind, and it will also make it stronger, that it's able to shift a little bit around in the beginning. And we'll keep these posts around 2 seasons for this kind of tree, and then we're gonna take these away depending on if it looks that it's really like this new position here.
And surely it will like this new, with a day like today,
Right?
sun coming in.
Such a difference, like unpredictable here. And
Even last night in the rain, so it was raining all afternoon and evening, but looking out of our sun porch there at the tree, it's already made a big difference.
vi skal samtidig trykke. Og så giver du fedt med fingeren.
So our new tree is in. We have the supports on it, the bands are on. We started to work with the soil so we can decide what sort of perennials and annuals that we really want to plant in this garden bed.
And we need to play a little bit around the height, maybe even have some lupins on the... We're debating what to plant, so we will,
So we won't do that right now.
Stay tuned on that one.
But this wasn't the only thing that we got up to this week. We've had some fertilizer going in the garden, also moving some things around. So we'd like to show you a little bit of what happened before the tree even got here.
So we have a few bare roots here, the peonies, and in different shades, really wonderful colors here. So we're gonna plant them here in a little group, and normally I pre-plant them in pots in the greenhouse, but because it gets warmer now in the ground, so temperatures are okay for having them directly in the garden, and then you'll have a really lush flowering really quickly because these bare roots flower, and most of them flower the first year already. These peonies might first flower next year because they take a little time. But I'm gonna plant them here, just made a little hole, and especially these peonies here, they like to be not too deep, so, and really be gentle since it really has a beautiful sprout here already, so, and they just need to be just under the surface here, not too deep, because if you have them at home and you don't have flowering, it might be because they are buried too deep and they like a lot of sun. So we're just gonna put 3 here together. We have this other one here, and they're gonna be really pretty here. Let me see if I can get the other one out here. Ooh, look at this one. That's a huge one, look at that. Looks like a big potato. And really a great quality, this one here. So I'll go in here in different shades of color here. Let me see, make sure I don't get it too deep down, and then I'll put a little label so I won't, when I do weeding here in the spring. There we go.
No, we're not growing plastic bags. We're planting more bare root perennials in the ground. Well, that's gonna be really nice. We've been working on, I see them. Lars doesn't have on a microphone, that's why he's not allowed to talk. Just giving us some miming over there. But a lot of these came in from our good friends at Blomsterved, so we've placed them carefully all around the borders and the flower beds, getting these planted in today.
So I have my 2 great helpers today, getting all the potting soil ready here, really rich soil. And it's time now. Most of my baby perennials have the second set of leaves. That's a great way for me to see, okay, they are getting bigger, stronger. So now it's time for them to be in a bigger pot, and I'll use whatever I have. Kind of pots reuse normally, and so I'll repot. Here's the bjergkanopbord. I'm going to repot that. I'll transplant it here. Some of them can be 1 to 2 or in a group together. I'll place it out in our unheated greenhouse for some weeks and keep it watered, put a name tag on, and then some of them will come out in the garden. Some will come for if I go to some plant markets. So let's get going. I am repotting my hollyhocks, and how can I see they are ready is when they have the second set of leaves, like here. Here's a smaller baby one, has the first set of leaves. It's not quite ready yet, but these ones are ready to be repotted. And these ones I sowed them, I winter sowed them in January, and then in our unheated greenhouse, and once it had changing temperatures, it just started to germinate when it was ready all by itself. So I took a few together. Most of them I can plant, depending on what kind of perennial it is, I can plant them in a little group together. So I just took a few out, and I'll just hold with my hand here and place them in some rich potting soil I use, and any kind of pot you can use. And I'll add a little label on, because we do have them in 3 different colors, and they'll look really pretty over at the fence. And then I'll keep it watered and place it over in our unheated greenhouse until they get like 3 new sets of leaves. You can really see they start to grow on, and when they start, a good sign for me is when the roots poke out in the bottom here, then I'll place them right out in the garden. But they're really hardy, and they can come out as soon as they're a little bit bigger. Another one I have over here is this beautiful Liatris, where it has this kind, there's like a little seedling here on top. It was also winter sowed, and these are seeds that need changing temperatures to germinate, so both cold and warm. So all ours we have mainly done in our unheated greenhouse, and they just sprout whenever they're ready. Here, just to show you one, it has almost like bunny ears, like Alan says, and this is not quite ready yet. But as soon as they start having this kind of sword looking little sprout coming up here, that's a sign for me that I can start repotting it. And these ones love to be, because later on, after a year or so, they need a little time for that, but they will start to make a bulb, and then they will also, like other perennials, come back every year. But it's really a special kind of, it looks like from another planet, this plant here. And so I take a group together, And then I also just hold it with my hand here gently, place some potting soil around, just like this, and keep it watered. And I'll also place this one in the unheated greenhouse with a little label on, and then they also quickly start to grow bigger, and I'll place it out in the garden when it's bigger. So it has been 3 months since I winter sown these Vilcurl Ravenswing, and they have come really nicely up, and they need changing temperatures to germinate, and they have done really well out in the unheated greenhouse. And I'll just take the whole tray out. You can really see the roots under here. They have done really nicely. And for me, an indicator on when to repot them is when they have the, I'll try and get a piece out here, when they start to have the second sets of leaves, is like this set here, then it's a sign for me that it's ready to be repotted. So I'll just take a group, make a little hole. I have my repotted potting soil here on my potting soil, and then I'll repot them in those. Just pinch them down a little bit, and then I'll keep it wet the soil here, place them with a label in the unheated greenhouse until they are a little bit bigger, and then they can come directly out in the garden. And these ones they will flower the second year. The first year they will create, this one has really dark foliage, really beautiful, and then they'll be ready for flowering the second year.
Okay, so Lars is in the rain. I'm under an umbrella. We've been waiting for the rain so we can fertilize. This is 100% organic chicken manure. It's been composted and turned into tiny pellets, I almost said. Yeah, so we needed it to rain so that the whole yard won't smell like chicken manure. We've done this before in the past without the rain, thinking it was going to rain, and it didn't, and then the whole garden, yeah, smelled like chicken manure. So, hoo-ha, that does smell. But this is what we do here in the early spring. We're only doing this flower bed now because we just managed to get all of the weeds up before the rain came. So yeah. How's it going, Lars?
There we go.
Let's see it. Ooh-ha. Yeah, I can smell it from here. And we're back in the greenhouse looking for things to go around that cherry tree.
Right.
And
watering.
And watering, yeah, we got to make sure the sun is out, and this place does get quite warm. So thanks so much for watching today. We look forward to showing you what it is that's going to go in around the cherry tree, and then of course how it grows and changes colors throughout the season.
That's right. Okay, so moin, tak for i dag.